Everyone, this is Quindell McMullen, and I just put out my first video on how to get started investing into the stock market. And so now this is my very own second video, and I want to talk to you about how I got started investing in the stock market and what my experiences have been. Okay, so I first started investing in the stock market in 2013, and I bought my first shares around maybe like October of that year. But let's rewind just a little bit before that actually happened. So I have a buddy named Smith. I'm from Menlo Park, California. He's from Menlo Park, California. And, he always used to come to me and, talk to me about the stock market. I was like, man, you need to start investing into the stock market. You buying that car, you need to put that into the market, right? And I used to just you know, like no, whatever. I'm finna get this CAD, that type of thing. And when we used to hang out, we'd be at other people's houses, and he'd try to talk to them about the market, and some people would pick it up and some didn't, But we were hanging tough a lot, and one day he called me up. He still stays in Menlo Park, and I'm in San Jose. So, but he called me one day, and he was like, Mac, I bought you some shares in the company. They doing good. What you want to do? You want to cash out or you want to keep them? And I'm saying to myself, like, you ain't bought me no shares because I'm thinking I got to have something in my name. You know what I mean? So I was like, you ain't bought me though. I was like, cash out. He was like, all right, meet me in Menlo on Willow Road at the Italian Market. So from San Ho, I'm booked down there. Drive down there, meet him on Willow Road in Menlo, and he cashed me out a couple of $100. And I was like, okay, cool. We went about our day doing what we normally do. No big deal. I wasn't tripping. And so, that day went by, and then I think maybe like 2 weeks later or so, he called me again. He was like, Mac, I bought you some more shares. They doing good. What you want to do? And I'm like, cash out. So he's like, meet me at the spot. So I drive back down to Menlo. He cashed me out another couple of hundred, and we go about our day. Ain't even really tripping. And so one day, I'm at the house in San Ho, and you know, probably didn't have no money, much money, or I don't know. Something led me to call him, and I was like, so hey, nigga, I need you to buy me some more shares. Excuse my language, but I need you to buy me some more shares. He was like, nigga, I ain't buying you nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just went cold turkey. He's like, I ain't buying you nothing, nigga. You need to get your own, blah, 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 whatever. So excuse the way I talk. I'm just being real, just keeping it 100. This is not for kids. If my language is wrong, cut the video. I apologize. This is just who I am today. But anyway, he's like, nah, I ain't buying you nothing. So get your own shares, right? So I was like, and that was the year 2013. This is before October. But I'm finna do my Christmas shopping and everything. I always start early. So I was finna do some shopping, and while I was out shopping, I was buying stuff. I was saying to myself, it's like, man, you finna spend 100 here, 100 there, 40 here, 20 there, and 50 or 60 here. Like, you won't even have a share in no company. Like, I'm shopping. I got kids. I got 3 kids, and so I'm buying toys, clothes, gifts. I got a mom. I'm buying stuff for her, and it was just getting to me like I don't have a share in nothing. You know what I mean? And so I made a point. I did what I recommended to you guys on my first video. You know, go to a brokerage firm, fill out an application, or fill it out, set you up an account, and I did. And I funded my account. So within October, I had a few hundred in there, and was ready to go. One of the first companies I bought was Plug Power, ticker PLUG, and it's a fuel cell company. And I bought it at 67 cents a share, right? And so I was pretty happy with, my decision. I bought me some shares. I felt like, I did something because financial literacy never ran in the family. You know what I mean? We were just people knew how to hustle, buy something off the street, flip it, whatever the case may be. And just investing in the stock market was just never, in my brain or whatnot, So thanks to my buddy, he introduced me to it, and being around him, it just made me feel like, and especially he bought me some shares a couple of times, so he say, but he cashed me out. And when I went to go test him about getting me some more shares, he kind of kicked me to the curb about it, right? So that kind of put the flame in me, you know what I'm saying? It made me want to go and get some. So I did. I went to go make sure I opened me up an account, bought me some shares, and like I said, one of my first companies I bought was Plug Power. I bought it at 67 cents, and I sold in December around like $1.90 or so, almost $2 a share, whatnot, right? So I made some money. It was, I thought I was doing something. So, I bought me some Jordans. Let me go get the Jordans for you. 1 second. I would never throw these Jordans away, or at least not right now. But I bought these with my little earnings, right? Garbage, right? But that's what I did. With the profits that I made, I bought me some Jordans. And those things right there was a regret. So basically, when you're down on the market, to me, it's like best money ever spent. It's been down. I've been down a few $100s, $30 in this company, 1,500 in this company or whatever. But with the shares, I still had that possibility of getting my money back and some. So it's really like I didn't lose no money, because whatever I was down, I could see it. I'm down $29.72. My $29.72 is right there. 9 times out of 10, you go to the store, you go buy some food, some snacks, go to a concert or whatever the case may be. You spending 60, 80 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever. That money gone. No action at it getting back, right? So I didn't, over the course of time when the market was down, say if I bought some shares at, $1 a share, and then I turn around and the stock price is 95 cents. So, I'm down 5 cents, my account's down, looking like I'm losing money. But when you get in the market, you'll learn how to, buy cheaper, or if you're watching the company for a minute, you can find out, oh, it's at its lowest point. It's at a low point right now. Might want to get in right now, Like right now, Apple, the company Apple is at $2.91 a share as of today. Today is what, December 30th, 2019. And I've been watching it for a long time, but when I first bought it, it was like at $174 a share. And it was floating around 174 for a while, a few months ago. And I just got tired and bored of it and was like, you know what, with $174, I could buy something else, And that's what I did. I got rid of the shares, but Virum done took off and it's at like 291. So yes, there was an increase, right? But then also some people was looking for a buying opportunity at a cheaper price, right? So it's at 291. Maybe tomorrow I'll be down to like 289. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. So I don't really trip when I'm losing in or down a few dollars or $100 or whatever in the market, because the stocks is going to allow me to get that back. But back to Plug Power, I bought it at 67 cents. Around December, I sold for like $1.90 something, bought me some shoes, and then come 2014, around March or so, within the first quarter, it popped up to like $10.72 or so. You know what I mean? So I was like, whoa. I was like, dang. I mean, I missed out. I felt kind of bad, but that woke me up. You know what I mean? It woke me up. I still had shares in other companies and I was making a little money here and there, but I was like, dang, I kind of really, really missed out, And so that really just kind of like woke my game up, you know what I mean? To make me like, yeah, this is where I want to be. And for instance, like Advanced Micro Devices, the ticker AMD. I've been watching that since 2013 when the stock price was like $1.78 a share. I bought that, was holding it for a while, really wasn't doing much, So I sold it and did other things. But I put it in my daughter's mom account, got her started investing and stuff, put it in her account. And one day when she was asking for some money, I was like, well, you got stocks, you know what I mean? And she checked the account and looked, and it was up. AMD was up. AMD had popped to like $15 a share, right? So from like $2 to $15 a share, there was some money in the account. So she had fun with that and all that. And I put my eyes back on it. So when it dropped down from like 15 down to like $9.40, I was watching it and I rebought it at $9.70. So I spent bought 100 shares, spent like $970, a little less than $1,000, basically $1,000, and I put it behind AMD. And this was earlier this year, 2019, and it was floating around, not really doing much, not really doing much. Up, up, down, down, up, up. You really feel like this ain't really doing nothing. So I decided to take my money out and do something else with it, buy some other shares, and to my dismay, it took off. Now at this point in time, AMD is at like $46 a share. So I rebought that company AMD for my daughter. So that AMD is in my daughter's account right now at like I think I bought it at like $15 again when it went from that 970 up to, I seen it pop because it went up to like $32 and then it trickled back down or whatever the case may be. So that's what happened. That's what it do in the market. But it's good to have some money behind the company, versus it just sitting in the bank, not doing nothing. Don't worry about, hey, you're down. Now, if the company says it's going bankrupt, it's going out of business, then get your money and go. But when investing in a company that's, it may have a bad quarter. It may not meet the earnings that, it was expecting to meet. So it's down a little bit. But that becomes a buying opportunity. Some people going to buy the dips. That's what they call buying the dips. So don't fear the stock market. Don't fear the market. I encourage people to invest and get acquainted with the market. Buy shares for your kids. I have them for mine. Like my daughter, she's been a shareholder since 4 months. As soon as I got that social security number, jump, opened up an account for her and was putting stuff in there and blah blah blah. So yeah. But that's how I got into the market. A buddy of mine was talking to me about getting into the market, and it kind of dawned on me. And then just out the blue, he was letting me know, "Hey, I bought you some shares. What you want to do?" And I was like, "Cash out, cash out." And then, after the second time, I went to him, called him, knowing I was bluffing him because I don't ask nobody for nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Why don't you buy me some shares?" He's like, "I ain't buying you nothing." You know what I mean? You get your own shares, and that set the flame in me. And like I said, while I was out shopping, I was at Valley Fair Mall. No, not Valley Fair Mall, Oak Ridge Mall here in San Jose, and it was it was just disgusting that I was spending all this money and didn't have a share and not in no company. And so I did. I got into the market, bought a company, made some profit, sold, and then one of those companies just took off. And I wish I would have stayed in there. And same thing with AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. But today, I had an awesome day. I haven't posted it on Facebook for a few of my friends. I showed them I made like $5,000, maybe like 5,500 and within one company. Then after hours, the stock price started ticking up even more. So I was up to like $6,000 and some change. And so it's been good. I encourage you guys to check it out. And also don't put your house note in the market. Don't put your car payment in the market. Don't spend. Don't look for a get rich quick scheme like, okay, I'm gonna put my rent in there and I'm gonna get it back before my rent is due. Nah, don't play like that. Just some money that you don't really have to trip off. If you could buy you a pair of shoes for $200. Put that little $200 in your account. And that's what my buddy Smith was telling me all the time. It was times I was calling him, man, I'm finna go buy this other Eldorado, a 1975 Cadillac. You know what I mean? I'm finna go get this Eldorado. I was like, nah, don't buy that. How much you finna spend for it? 15? Nah, don't do that. Put it in the market and blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't trying to hear him. And even to this day, I got a brother that I've been, my mom got into investing after she, let me talk her through it. She gave me ear. And the same thing with my brother. I was talking to him about investing and, he didn't really, really try to hear me out. And finally, just this year, after a good 5 years of investing, he opened up an account. He ain't funded yet. And even to this day, I've been showing them companies at like 50 cents. Like, look, this 50 cents, this is the wave of the future. Look at the technology, look at what it's doing. And right now it's at like $1.98, almost $2, touch high $2. And that's how I made, a good $6,000 a day, because I bought cheap. That same company is in my kids' account at like 38 cents a share. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not recommending penny stocks or anything like that, but basically anything under $5 is a penny stock. But there's different ones like less than a penny that's very risky and all that stuff. But I just, to my friends and people that know me, that just, want to know how I got started. That's basically how I got started. A good brother put me on, and I've been sharing it with whomever I can. So make sure you don't risk the wrong amount of money. Just some extra dough, just put it in your brokerage account and put it behind something. I touch many people, I am my touch. So I just want to touch you with a little bit of that information. All right, I'm gone.